So the Cleveland Guardians, just over a year ago, were one of the most exciting teams in baseball, but in 2023, they took a big step back, and it was really kind of a boring year. The owners faced a lot of scrutiny for not spending money, and I am one of the frustrated fans as well about that. But overall, last season, they had to deal with so many key injuries, and I think the record they had was very deceiving for how good they can be. They have an overload of upcoming young talent, and even what they have at the major league level is playoff worthy. Obviously, it would have helped if they could have brought in a bat or two in free agency, but what people don't understand is that they have almost too much young talent, and it would kind of be stupid to not give them a chance to play by bringing in an average free agent. Before I get into everything, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 20k subscribers, and with your help, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so yeah, the Guards have so much young talent coming into this season at every position on the field, and I'm going to talk about some of those players in a bit. But going back to last season at the deadline, the front office traded away Aaron Civale for a young first baseman in Kyle Manzardo, and that was basically when they waved the white towel, and this was at a time when the team was still contending to win the AL Central. So for the players in the locker room, this understandably was a very frustrating move, and you could tell they stopped caring about the rest of the season in response to the ownership not caring. And that is the frustrating thing to me about this team. Yeah, they are super good at bringing in and developing young talent, but once they reach that star potential, they end up being sent off to a bigger market. But honestly, to me that isn't a Dolan problem as much as you would think. That's a problem with the MLB and not having a salary cap. Like, what the Dodgers did this offseason may have ruined the sport. And I so hope they don't win the World Series. It would be hilarious. Like, how can you spend $1.2 billion in an offseason when the entire Guardians roster is worth 10% of that? Anyways though, I really do think the Guards can have a similar season this year to what they had just 2 years ago, where they were just one win away from advancing to the ALCS against the Houston Astros. That was just a magical season, and the reason they played like that was pitching. And coming into this season, the Guardians may have the best starting rotation in the bigs, consisting of Shane Bieber, who they ended up holding onto for now, Tristan McKenzie, Gavin Williams, Tanner Bybee, and Logan Allen. Like, this could be an insane rotation. Now, I know Bieber will probably get moved, but like, for once imagine if this front office actually extended someone like that. But I know they won't, so I'm not even going to get my hopes up. And honestly, I need to stop bashing the front office, because they are geniuses. I can't look back at a single trade they've made over the past 5 years and find one that they've lost. But yeah, they got 4 or 5 pieces in the rotation that could have a sub-3 ERA. And then in the bullpen, they've got a lot of good pitching as well. And if they can find that consistency throughout a 162 game season, then it's going to be something to watch. Now switching over to the offensive side of things, this is where the team is going to struggle, but they do have some key pieces to build around. So starting the way the game is going, people don't appreciate non-home run hitters like him near as much as they should. At the 2-hole, I honestly think they might try putting Jose Ramirez there. I know everyone likes him at the 3-hole, but in a game evolving with analytics, why would you not want to give him as many at-bats as possible? I don't really gotta talk about Jose. He's the GOAT and the most underrated player in the league. From here, the hitting drops off. At the cleanup spot, I guess you put Laureano, but it's up for grabs. He isn't like the best hitter at this point in his career, but he's got some experience, so it makes sense putting him there. Next up at the 5 spot in the order, I want Andres Gimenez. He's super talented, and I expect a bounce back year. Just 2 seasons ago, he was a consistent 300 hitter, and I think he will get back to that. He may have just felt the pressure after signing that big contract. That happens more often than you would think. At number 6, I think we have an obvious choice here. I want Will Brennan. Also, I want him in center field playing over Miles Straw. I love Straw defensively, but defense doesn't matter as much if you can't produce runs. And with having a catcher that's going to be a near guaranteed out unless Bo Naylor makes a huge leap, you gotta put Brennan out there. And I really like his game too. I think he has a lot of potential. At the 7-hole, I want whatever shortstop ends up playing between Rocchio, Arias, and Freeman. There are a lot of options there. Number 8 will be the DH, so it could vary from game to game. But maybe Kyle Manzardo sees some time at this spot, because he was a great hitter in the minors, but the guards do have a few potential candidates like David Fry. Then at number 9, I like him there to be that sort of second leadoff guy. But me personally, I'm not as big of a Bo believer as a lot of people I see out there. There's a reason he was held in the minors for so long last season, and really, they just put him in because the catching was so atrocious from Zunino and Cam. But yeah, that's how I want the lineup to go. And again, there is just so much talent in the farm that it's almost guaranteed we see a name I didn't mention break out of nowhere and help this team. Anyways, I am just so excited that baseball is around the corner. There is just nothing like it. And most of the team has already reported to Arizona, which means that spring is almost here. I really do think this young squad has a lot of potential in 2024, and they could shock a lot of people. And the great thing is that they're going to fly under the radar. You already know nobody is going to be paying attention. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly means the world. Also, follow me on Instagram, because I'm posting tons of Cleveland and sports related content, and let me know what you would like to see next. Until then, I'll see you all later.